Hey people, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to Vinyl Update 3. 3. So, I wanted to do a video, but I wasn't entirely sure what to do. It's the end of the week, it's Friday 13th, so I was just like, can we do something dark? Can we do something evil? Can we do something with black metal? And then I was just like, I've been meaning to do this for a little while, but it takes me a while to do vinyl updates because vinyls are expensive and the ones I want are quite often not available. So I have to make the videos worthwhile. I have to buy a decent chunk, and that can take a few months. So I think I've got 11 here, 11 brand new ones, and so I thought, yeah, 11's a nice rounded up number to do a list of. So yeah, pretty much without further ado, just take you through what's brand new to my shelves. Now, technically, a lot of these are the same. Actually, I retract that statement. You'll see, but you'll get what I mean when you get through it. So they're in alphabetical order, and so without further ado, we start off with our first one, which is pretty cool to own. We've got Black Sabbath's Master of Reality. I got this because, well, for one, obviously, I'm sort of on a quest to get my hands on most of Sabbaths' catalog, excluding all the weird sort of stuff in the middle. There are a few albums in the middle that would be cool to own, but unfortunately they just do not exist. I don't think, things like Headless Cross and Tear and, that kind of Humanizer era. But anyway, so I've got the first two. So obviously Master of Reality was next on the list, and it popped up on one of the shops that I frequent to get vinyls, and I was like, yo, hit me up, send me that. And he was like, yep, all yours. And I was like, thank you very much. Great album. Not my favorite Sabbath album. I think I ranked it at like number 6, I think, but it's still very, very good. You get a lot of older folk who rank this album quite high. It's pretty much the first doom metal album in the world. There's a lot of like slower, heavy, down-tuned songs on this album, like Children of the Grave. I think one is Children of the Grave, Into the Void, and I think there's one more. It might be Lord of this World that are down-tuned to C. Is it C standard or C sharp standard? One or the other. Just to make that real heavier tone than what they were up to. Yeah, very, very cool album. Nothing fancy, just black, brand new re-release. One thing that is quirky about this album is the fact there's no lyric sleeve. But don't let that hold it against you, because the lyrics are on the back. They're printed on the back of the album. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. You don't really get many albums that do that. But yeah, Sabbath's Master of Reality coming in. Very, very awesome. Happy to get it. Now, this next one is not actually that good of an album. I bought this one and another one together, but then because they were cheap, but I bought it online, but then they emailed me saying, hey, we've only got one of those albums, so we're just going to send you that one and refund you the rest. And I was like, okay, cool. But at the same time, I was gutted because the album I ordered was Sabotage from Sabbath, and I bought Technical Ecstasy with it as well. And they said, we don't actually have Sabotage, so we're just going to send you Technical Ecstasy. And I was like, guts, because if everybody is a Sabbath fan, they know that this album is, well, I mean, let's just say it's not on par with a lot of other Sabbath stuff. But I mean, like, I'm not sad to own it because it's part of the collection. I'd be kind of gutted if, especially because it's actually available. It's there to buy. So it's not as if I had to break an arm and a leg to get it. But I'd probably, if I got the ones that I wanted and then looked at the spines on the shelf and saw that Technical Ecstasy was missing, I'd probably get annoyed. But anyway, yeah, not a fan. I played it once, and that's probably, I won't play it again. I probably won't play it again for the next 5 years. But like, Backstreet Kids and Dirty Women are probably the only two good songs that worth talking about. Mainly because Backstreet Kids is the first song, so it's the opener, and Dirty Women is the last song, and so I guess they have to make it worth trying to get through the album. And putting an okay song on the last track, kind of, does it make it worth it? Not really. You've made me sit through an album that's like 2 out of 10. and then you give me a song at the end that's like just scraping 5. So it's like not, it's not worth it. I don't recommend this album. But hey, it's in my collection. So there. Black Sabbath's Technical Ecstasy. I always struggle with that word. Technical Ecstasy. Yeah. This album is another Sabbath, and it's the last Sabbath, so don't stress. I ordered this like on Monday, I think, and I literally got it on Wednesday. And that is the second album with Dio, Mob Rules from 1981. Tell me. Yep, 1981. Yeah, because Heaven and Hell was 1980. But yeah, so this album, unlike Technical Ecstasy, this album is actually incredible. So this album and the one prior, they proved to the world that, Sabbath are still strong, Sabbaths are still good, Ozzy's gone, and, with an album like that one, Technical Ecstasy, you can understand why people were worried about Sabbath, but they released this album and the one before it, and took the world back by storm in a way, I guess. I don't know. It's just a great comeback phase. Mob Rules, fantastic record, and really, really cool to own it. And I'm really happy now that I own both Heaven and Hell and this one. I just need Humanizer, and we've got the Ronnie James collection. But yeah, Turn Up the Night, Voodoo, Sign of the Southern Cross. Need I say any more? Sign of the Southern Cross, fantastic song. The Mob Rules, for a title track, it's kind of, I don't want to say weak, but like, I think it's like the weakest good song, if you know what I mean. Like, Country Girl, that riff of Country Girl sends me to other worlds. I don't know, I just hear it. The minute I played that song for the first time, I fell in love with it before he'd even started singing. I was like, that's my favorite song. Country Girl is a great song. Falling Off the Edge of the World, and over and over was kind of slow, and it's weird that they ended the album on a song like that, but I mean, it's still a fun album to listen to. Highly recommend it. Please go check out Sabbath if you're like me and you didn't listen to Sabbath past War Pigs and Paranoid. Like, there is more. There is a lot more to go off, I swear. It's worth it. Get to these later albums and you won't regret it. Yeah, Mob Rules, really, really cool. Okay, yeah, so that's the end of Sabbath. And I bought this one. This next one I bought here. I say here, meaning locally. I don't have to buy it online. And it was kind of cheap, like, considering what I pay for albums, Mob Rules was like $67 or something. That's a double album too. Sorry, just real quick. This was a double album. Yeah. Which is funny because obviously the original was not a double, but this one is. It's got like, it's got the same songs but live. It's got like demos and reprises and 2021 mixes and things, whatever that means. But yeah, Heaven and Hell's like that too. But yeah, so that was like $70, and this one here was only $40. So I was like, yo, I didn't even think about it. Death, Individual Thought Patterns. One of Death's heavier albums. Like, they're all heavy. I'm not, but this one's like superly, brutally heavy, I think. But yeah, Individual Thought Patterns, still really, really good. Interactive Imagination and Human Fall and Jealousy. Trapped in a Corner. Listen to the solo to Trapped in a Corner. Just that in itself. And yeah, really awesome. There's some really, really great songs on this album. And I only need two more Death albums and I've got the whole lot. But like, I'm not in a rush. I can get The Sound of Perseverance from the same shop I got this. But it's just, it's just there. I'll get it I'll get it one day, but just not in a hurry. But yeah, Individual Thought Patterns. Kind of happy to get that. Favorite Death album is Spiritual Healing. But anyway, really, really cool. Just a fancy black single. Nothing fancy on that. The other Death albums I have, they're all splatter wheels, so that's very cool. This next album, I wanted to own a long time ago, but I kind of just. Like, it wasn't a burning ambition to get, but at the same time, it was like, when I get that, I'll be happy. So when I saw it was available locally, I was like, go on. That was Iron Maiden's very depressing and very questionable X Factor album. Now, despite what people say, it's a gem, okay? It's a good album. It's not a typical Maiden album, and that's what makes it good. It's dark, it's brooding, it's long. It's not Bruce, as I've said before every time I talk about these albums. But it's so good. Sign of the Cross, just on its own. You don't without even listening to the rest. Just Sign of the Cross. Hello. Do you need any more than that? Lord of the Flies, Fortunes of War, Judgment of Heaven, Blood on the Worlds. There are some stupid songs on here too, don't get me wrong, but yeah, there are some brutally epic, meaningful songs that definitely take more than one listen to get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, highly recommended. It was only I got it for like $40. So I was like, what? Because it's a double LP, so I was expecting it to be like at least 60. But no, it was like $40. I was like, and it's not even like secondhand or anything. It was brand new. So I was like, okay, thanks. But yeah, cool. Another Maiden album to the list. Very, very nice. Back in time with a single LP, a Friday night LP, you could say. Judas Priest's Painkiller. Definitely, I'm not a massive Priest fan, and I only say that because I'm quite unfamiliar with Priest's work, weirdly enough. You know, most people who listen to Maiden listen to Priest, they sort of go hand in hand, but I don't know. I was taught from a young age. My mum didn't like Rob Halford, so I kind of just never dwelled into it, but I digress. Painkiller is a great album. There are some beautiful, heavily fun songs on this record. Painkiller itself, if you haven't heard the song Painkiller, then good God. For a 90s song, it's absolutely insane. Well, I say 90s, it's 1990, so the 90s hadn't really begun yet. But you know what I mean? It's just whoa. Everything on that song is insane. The vocals are out of the world. The guitar playing is insane. The drums are just boof. It's just But aside from that, Hell Patrol, All Guns Blazing, Metal Meltdown, they're all really, really awesome. Just really go check out Painkiller if you haven't. Apart from, was it Leather Rebel? I think Leather Rebel is one that I'm not particularly keen on. But yeah, Painkiller, really, really cool. All right, for a thrash metal band, this album sucks. For a hard rock blues band, this album is okay. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Load, Metallica's Load. Coming off the huge success that was the Black Album, we then get introduced with Load in 1995. And you can't help but be a bit disappointed. Like I say, as a thrash band, yeah, it's not good. But take away the whole thrash element from it and you get left with some just pretty damn heavy, hard rocky blues songs. Ate My Bitch has a cool riff. You can't deny that. The House That Jack Built's cool. Until It Sleeps, we've all heard, and it's okay. King Nothing is probably the better single on this album. Hero of the Day is dumb and stupid. Do not like that. Bleeding Me. Bleeding Me. Very cool song. Very, very awesome. Then you get sides 3 and 4. Poor Twisted Me, nah. The vocals on that are not good. Cure, yeah. Mama said, though. What did Mama say? Mama said it's okay to write a country song every now and then. Yeah, it really got a country, vibe on this album. It's weird. The Outlaw Torn, does it need to be 10 minutes? Probably not. But, I mean, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. Like I said, it's just an update video. It's in the collection now, so cool. I'm happy. Moving on. Bought that one a few weeks ago, and then this next album I bought came with Mob Rules, and I had to because it's the sequel. Reload. Reload! Okay, so... again, which one would you rather listen to? Would you rather listen to that, or would you rather listen to this? I'd probably rather listen to that one, I think. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what's on it. It doesn't actually tell me. And you know what else annoys me? There's no name on the spine. Why would you do that? I don't know. So in order for me to quickly scan and see what's on this album, I've got to open it. Don't mind me. Oh, neighbours. Yeah. Oh, cool. Right, what have we got here? Fuel opens the album. We all know Fuel. So we know Fuel and we know The Memory Remains. They're good songs, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, I mean, they're a bit overplayed on the radio, aren't they? Unforgiven 2, same thing. Very cool, overplayed. Yeah, Attitude, Fixer, Wild Things, Bad Seed. It's a bit like Load. It's fine for a hard rock album. Is it heavier than Reload? Is it heavier than Load? No, probably not. They're sort of in the same class, I think. But, worry about it later. But like I say, it's in the collection now, so you get one, you get the other. Load and Reload. So there you go. Moving on. All right, last two. They're from the same guy. I wanted this album for a kind of a long time, and it was in my shop, and I said, no, I don't need to buy it yet because, low on funds, think about this. And then I went to buy it and it wasn't there. And I was like, God's sake. And then it popped up again, finally. It popped up online for a local shop, and I was like, cool, I'll get it online. And then, I don't know, was it the next day? I went to the local shop, like physically went into it, and it was there. And I was like, sometimes being impatient sucks. But enough of that. It's Diary of a Madman. Probably my favourite Ozzy Osbourne solo album. It's just great. It's so light compared to everything else that I've been picking up. But yeah, Diary of a Madman is just genuine awesome heavy metal, really. It's definitely above Blizzard of Oz, I reckon, which is still cool, but I reckon this one's better. Songs like Flying High Again, I really, really love Flying High Again. I first heard that song on the Memoirs of a Madman album, and I was like, what is this? And there's just some really, really great stuff on here. You Can't Kill Rock and Roll's a nice little ballady thing, but then you've got Believer. I love Believer. Believer is such a cool song. Randy does such an awesome riff on that. Little Dolls is fun. Sato and the song Diary of a Madman. They're just some really, really awesome songs on here as well. And I think, if my memory serves me right, this one is indeed okay, I was expecting it to be splattered. But no, it's like proper red splatter with something. Yeah, so, like I keep saying about all of them, stoked to own it. So, yeah. Diary of a Madman, really, really great. Highly recommend listening to that one. And then once you've done that, you can go get the last album we have here today. Again, from the same guy. No More Tears. Cool album. Heavy. When did this? Is this 1990 again? No, it's 91. So, yeah, you had Painkiller in 90. This is 91. Awesome album. This one is just this one's just a black album. Yeah, it's not, what do you call it? It's not coloured. But yeah, anyway, really great songs on this one. Mr. Tinker Train, one of the cooler openers of Ozzy's whole career. Like, great. I Don't Want to Change the World is alright. Mama, I'm Coming Home, great ballad, but we've heard it too many times. Desire is a cool song. I didn't know Desire until I heard this album. Very cool song. Really big fan of that. Sin, Hellraiser, and Time After Time. That's a cool side. Zombie Stomp. Do you want to talk about Zombie Stomp real quick? Kind of gives me a No Bone Movies kind of vibe from the first album. Just one of those sort of filler party. It's not really a party song, but you know, it's Ozzy trying to be upbeat, you could say. I don't know. Anyway, one of the more simpler and more random songs. But yeah, aside from that song, great album. Highly recommend going out and getting No More Tears from Ozzy Osbourne. So yeah, there you are, team. There's my third collection of what's new to my vinyl shelf. Like I say, it takes me months to make these videos, so the next one won't probably be till like August. So don't look forward to the next one. I think I've got maybe 2 more CD collection videos until my CDs run out. So we'll maybe get onto them one day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing really to talk about in the comments other than what's your favourite album out of what I just shown. Yeah, don't worry about it, guys. That's the end of the video. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing night. Have a great weekend. It's Friday the 13th. Go rob a grave, and I will see you all in the next video doing God knows what. But yeah, until then, see you later.